Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is doing well. If you haven't yet subscribed, please make sure that you click that subscribe button. Got lots of big events planned for this week, so please all stay tuned for that. Can't wait to share them on the channel with you guys. On Friday we've got the concourse event. Saturday is Supercar Saturday at Salon Privé, which will be a phenomenal event. I think there's going to be over 1,000 hyper-end supercars there. So yeah, please all stay tuned for that. We've got a great weekend of videos planned, so I'm sure you guys don't want to miss it. So please all stay tuned, all subscribe. But in today's video, it's back to the model car content. Now, I touched on some of these models in the last video, just in regards to what I believe is the most underrated 118 AUTOart models that you can get right now for quite reasonable money. But I just wanted to do a video highlighting really what the main differences are between the cheaper end of the AUTOart signature spectrum. Like I've got some of the models here in regards to the MP4, the McLaren MP4 12C, the Gumper Apollo S, and the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. We'll come back to the LFA. It is there for a reason. And then on the other side of the AUTOart spectrum, we've got some of their kind of big flagship models, like the Pagani Zonda Revolution. This one is the blue and black carbon fiber, the Koenigsegg Agera, and the amazing McLaren F1 LM. Now, I've picked out these three in particular because these are the most expensive 118 AUTOart models that I've got in my collection. There's probably a couple out there which I haven't got, which might be slightly more in 118 scale. I'm not sure, because I've got the white Revolution in the cabinet still. I know that one's kind of up there with the blue and black one in terms of price. And then we've got the road-going McLaren F1 as well in metallic black. So there's a couple in there which I haven't got out. Obviously, we've got all the other models that are in there too. But I've just picked out these three in particular. Again, I've had these models for a number of years now, so I have not paid the hefty premiums that they're worth now. But we've picked them out nevertheless. So let's start off with the cheaper end of the scale. Now, these three cars here, you can get them for around £200 each, which you can add up all of these four cars. I don't think you'll be able to buy one of these with that value. So the MP4 12C and the Gumper Apollo S are the newer-ish models from AUTOart Signature. As I say, you can get them for around £200. They are very, very highly detailed. Still quite desirable models, and I think at that price they are an absolute steal to buy. They are very highly detailed, fully opening die-cast model cars from AUTOart Signature, and I think, you know, if you get kind of the ones in the right colours, like the MP4 with the kind of flagship orange, I think they are really good buys right now. If you are looking for an MP4 by AUTOart, definitely get this one in orange. I think it's the best colour for it. And don't even consider getting the Mini Champs version. I've done a video comparing the two, and this one is miles better than the Mini Champs version. I'll leave a link in the description for that video. But yeah, I really can't recommend this model enough, and it really should be £500–600. I feel, for the level of detail on this model. There's not much that separates this level of detail in regards to the F1 LM. So why is there a, you know, a £500–600 price difference between the F1 LM, which is, I don't know, maybe £700–800, to the £180–200 MP4-12C? I feel that they're both very on par in terms of detail, interior detail. They are absolutely up there in terms of some of the best die-casts you can get. The only reason I feel that the F1 LM commands a much higher price than the MP4 is the fact that it is an F1 LM. It's one of those iconic cars. It's one of those kind of hyper cars that everyone looks up to, that everyone recognizes, and it is one of those kind of flagship cars from McLaren. And also the Rarity. Now, Rarity plays a massive part in in prices of model cars. Now you can pick up a MP4. I'm sure if you go on eBay now, you'll be able to find loads of different examples of different colors of an MP4 12C, all for reasonably priced, kind of £200 mark. Whereas if you're looking for a F1 LM, I don't think there's going to be many out there, probably in the same continent as Europe, who have got them for sale. Now there might be a few out there for sale, but I'm pretty sure they'll be commanding a lot of money, and that's going to be very, very similar to most of these model cars that I've got on this side of the table. So it is really rarity, exclusivity, and demand. People really who missed out these models to buy them new from AUTOart are really looking for them now for their kind of collections. So that is really what is drumming up the prices. And AUTOart, I don't think AUTOart will be re-releasing these models. And I think even if Almost Real and LCD will be releasing kind of the models, I still think people will be looking for the AUTOart versions as kind of the first die-cast model car manufacturers to make these models with the level of detail that they have done. So I do think prices are there to stay. I don't think they're going to come down. But yet again, I do think these are some of the best model cars that you can possibly get. Now moving on also to the Gumper. Again, like the MP4, you can pick these up from eBay right now. I'm sure there'll be loads out there for sale. Well, when I say loads, I mean definitely a good list of Gumpers out there. Whereas, for example, the Agera, I know there's maybe only one or two in the country for sale right now on eBay in the UK, and I think they're both, you know, above £700. So they are extremely rare, the Ageras. I have never ever seen a silver one for sale. I think the reds one might command a little bit more just because it's one of those brighter, bolder colours. But a silver one again is very, very nice. I don't come across them very often on eBay like most of these models. But again, they are commanding a lot of money. But is it worth it? I think the only reason, because the Gumper is very, very highly detailed. The engine bay is amazing. The interior is amazing. And I know the Agera's engine is great. It's very highly detailed. But, you know, it's not that much more than the Gumper. It's definitely not £500 more detailed than the Gumper. So the price difference isn't on the detail, it's on the rarity, the exclusivity, and the demand. That is it, because the detail, I think, across the board on all of these models are very, very similar, maybe with the Pagani in exception, but they are very, very similar. AUTOart Signature make great models regardless of what the model is. They do really go above and beyond to make really highly detailed opening model cars, like the Sesto Elementa, which I've also got on the table. Again, a really great model, really weighty, really good materials used, and again, it's like £200, and it's a great buy right now for an AUTOart Signature model. And the LFA, which is kind of in the middle because it's priced, it's not £200, it's not kind of on the lower end of the AUTOart price spectrum, but it's not quite on that scale where it's closing in on £1,000. It's in the middle at around £450 to £500 the LFA right now. And again, it is absolutely an amazing model car, and it's not more detailed than any of these models. It's just because they are probably not as in demand as maybe an F1 LM or an Agera or a Zonda that collectors might be looking for. Now, colours do play a big difference. If you've got a yellow LFA Nürburgring edition, that will be kind of leaning towards the more expensive end of the AUTOart spectrum. Colours do play a big difference with prices of model cars. But again, LFA right now, my one, the matte black one, I would say is slap bang in the middle between the more expensive side and the cheaper side of the AUTOart range. So yeah, I'd love to hear from what you guys think. Obviously, is it worth it? Would you spend that kind of money? Now, if an F1 LM or an Agera or a Zonda came up for sale on eBay, mint condition, would you buy it? Or would you rather have all of these models for the price of maybe one of these? It varies slightly in what people have to think. Me personally, I started off, as I've said, collecting the cheaper end and then moving my way up to the more expensive end. Now, I was lucky, as I said, I bought most of these models brand new from AUTOart. Now, some of these I missed out on. So the MP4 I bought for, I think I bought it in January for about £160. An amazing buy. Whereas I spent the same money on the Agera 15 years ago. I think I bought this car, or 12 years ago, definitely over 10 years ago. I paid £165 for the Agera. So it puts it into context that it's not the detail, it's the rarity that commands the price. So let me know in the comments below. Love to hear from what you guys think. Any video sessions that you want to see, let me know. If not, I'll see you guys very soon for a massive weekend of car events coming very, very soon on the channel. Please all stay tuned. See you guys soon. Take care. Bye.